afternoon, everyone. Hope you're doing well today. For today's webinar, we're going to be going over winning strategies to master search filters and product pages for high conversions. You're going to learn the tactics industry leaders use to effectively utilize e-commerce store search filters and product pages to maximize conversions. As Karthik said, my name is Sean. I'm the UX UI specialist here at ConversionBox. Karthik, our CTO, is going to be leading our webinar today. And with that, I will be handing it over to him.
Thank you, Sean. Good afternoon, everyone, once again for joining the webinar. And we'll be recording this call, and we'll be sharing the recording as well as the presentation after the webinar today. So and also if we have kind of muted all the audience because and if you have any questions, you can put the questions on the chat. We'll be able to answer the questions on the chat for it. Okay. So having said that, we'll get into the webinar. So for as Sean said, today's topic is more about like how we can create like winning strategies in your website, focused on the master search capability or improving your predictive search capability to the customers. So we'll be discussing on topic like how customers' expectations have changed over the years on or from the product discovery process, and what or the e-commerce sites like current e-commerce sites, most of them miss to achieve that customer satisfaction, or get them to the right product pages as quickly as possible. And we'll also be following, like, when you choose a search engine or a predictive search engine, what are the things or features that you need to find or look out for to make your website product discovery process easier. And we'll also be giving some other tips and fixes that you can do on your website, and we'll also discuss some other available tools with the feature set that we are discussing, like what are the top tools that are available in the market. We'll do a quick comparison of that, and we'll also do a final freebies. We'll talk about that at the end of the presentation. Okay, so I'll move on. As I said, if you have any questions, you can put on the chat at any point of time. Okay. So, like, the first thing is, like, we are going to discuss about the customer expectations. So, there are like marketplaces, lots of marketplaces are where, like Amazon, even like, we have been, coming. There are big other, and smaller players coming into play, based on industries, and like, even like. Marketplaces like Temu are kind of disrupting the e-commerce space. So, customers have a greater expectation these days when they come to an e-commerce website. They wanted a quick product discovery process. They wanted user experience have to be more seamless, and the navigation have to be more easier for the customer, and also the speed in the website loads or the search results have been pulled. Everything have to be more seamless, and it has to be more faster. And they're also expecting a greater customer service in terms of your putting your return policies or shipping policies, and all the they're also expecting different options for them when they make a purchase on the website. Okay. On top of that, the website has to communicate things more effectively when a customer wanted to see what they wanted to see on the website. And so these are the key factors that customers are looking for when they come to an e-commerce website. So let's see, like, what are the areas like most of the e-commerce sites miss between the search and checkout process. Okay. Like, so this is a static report, like, shocking report, like, on a traditionally on an e-commerce store, apart, I'm not talking about the marketplaces and individual e-commerce stores, 70 to 85 customers are lost during the cart checkout process. And like, when it comes to the product discovery to purchase option, like, for example, the customers, the entire funnel have to be optimized based on customer journey mapping. Okay, it's so your so like the pro from the moment the customer lands on your website, the product discovery process begins. So we have to provide them with personalizations, recommendations, comparison of other products, and helping them to make the proper decision, guiding them throughout the process through quizzes, or also like explaining them with adding them with an FAQ section or review section. So whatever ways that you can guide them to make the decisions faster. So depending upon what products that you're selling, what kind of customers that you're acquiring, so we have to make these touch points in the website at various stages in the funnel. Okay, so all these contributes for the final conversion, right? So it's so we technically we have to measure each and every micro conversion element when you build a e-commerce site. It's not just a product page that matters. It start from the moment they enter your website till they exit, all the different aspects. Even if they don't buy on the first visit, are we helping them to show the right products? Have we narrated the story properly to the customer? And were you able to collect the customer intention during that process so that you can retarget them? All those emphasis have to be done on an e-commerce website. Okay. So, so if you're missing those elements, the like, what's the stake? Like, you would have spent lots of, marketing effort in terms of time, money, the like go on Google Ads, SEO, social media platforms, the traffic that you have generated, though it might be a valid traffic, but you will technically miss the boat if you're not, effectively converting them. Okay, the customer acquisition cost would also increase. So we have to make sure we address all these issues properly. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so now come to the crux of this webinar. So what is a product discovery? So imagine you're walking into a boutique shop, or a supermarket, or some traditional brick and mortar store. There will be a customer service person, like and will be inquiring about your requirements, and they will be showing you the different options they would have. So to guide you to so that your requirements are matching with their kind of inventories, and based on they will be suggesting you the right products, right? So that is a similar experience a e-commerce customer is expecting on an e-commerce store, even if there is not a actual person who is guiding them, but the store itself should be helping in that process. Okay, so like technically, as so the journey begins even before they come to your website. The journey begins when during the marketing effort, either through search engine optimization or through any other ways that you're bringing in traffic. It begins there. The product discovery process begins there. Customers go and search for a specific keyword on Google, and they would have your website would have either through ads or through the organically you would have listed, and they've entered into your website. So once they have entered or landed on your website, we have to ensure customers find the correct. I mean, if the navigation on the store is easy, so we have to maintain it through intuitive landing pages, seamless product search, and interactive product finders that will help guide the users to the right choices. Okay, we also need to do personalized recommendations to further enhance the experience by suggesting the right products at the right time based on their customer journey through the website. And we also need to create a well structured taxonomy for your website and product catalog to ensure smooth navigation. So that we have to give the opportunity for the customer to explore the right products and make a purchase with more confidence. Okay. So the stats also says, like, based on the data that we have seen and we have collected, like if you have the right product discovery tools in place, the conversion rates gets improved by 20 to 40%. Okay. So now we'll discuss about what to look for when you choose the product discovery, how you would do the right, to put the right tools in place, and what are the features that you need to look out for when selecting the right product discovery tools for your website. Okay. Again, each website is different and each customer base is different. So you have to make sure you need to understand your customer personas thoroughly, and you also need to understand the product lines that you have. And based on those two things, like we have to make things, the product discovery process and tools you implement, you have to accommodate to those two main things: the customer persona and the product lines that you have. Okay. So, and when it comes to the search and discovery process, like we have to make sure the search that we are choosing is helping the customers to make the decisions faster. Okay. So it should have real-time suggestions like dynamic search predictions, and we like, auto completions, or typo tolerance, like, correcting the mistakes or misspellings and suggest the correct terms. And we have to provide them with proper search query suggestions based on what other customers have searched or previously on the website, or even from the general search outside the website in Google or in any other search engines. We have to curate the search queries and create the popular suggestions on your search window. Okay. We also need to make the search discovery. There are lots of recommendations, like I mean, after this AI kind of, recent, I mean, with this AI adoption, so we can create like smart algorithms that refine the results based on the current user behaviors and matching with, previous buying user behaviors, and we can show the right products on top of their in the search window. Okay. And other features to look out for is like, synonym recognition, like mapping different terms to the same intent, right? Someone might be searching in sneakers. Okay, so though it doesn't it is not an immediate match, but you can also find a running shoe. People might, search for a sneaker, but you can show a running shoe for that particular search query. So we have to kind of, do that synonym recognition based on what industry that you are in. And also, like, we have to bring in the popular categories based on the search queries. And we also need to understand the seasonality, like, location based preferences and user intent. All these things should go into the search algorithm, and we have to display the queries, the categories, and the products matching all these rules, and we have to show them the right products based on the search query they are putting in. Okay. And the next important thing, most of the predictive search engines is missing, or that is, it's highly recommended is like, having showcasing the right products to the customers through your merchandising options. Okay. Like, many search engines, doesn't have those options, but even if they have, it is pretty complex to do that. So we have to make sure the merchandising is seamless for your e-commerce store. So merchandising is a process of prioritizing the products that you wanted to sell, like the best-selling products, or the products which has high margin, or the products that you wanted to promote. So based on that, the search engine should have the ability to create, complex rules to man, or also it should be done dynamically. Also, there should be a manual intervention if required to adjust the rankings for the keywords, for the products, as well as the search keywords. Okay. So either you should be able to pin or boost your products. And like, you also can, create like machine learning algorithms. There are modern AI based algorithms that automatically creates rankings on your merchandising tools, where you, based on the current search happening and the, and best-selling products or whatever other factors that comes into play. Based on that, it automatically creates the dynamic ranking as well. Okay, so we have to engage the customers with better organized and merchandising. Okay, so that's another key factor that we see. Many of the websites, is not doing it more effectively. And when you choose this merchandising option, also try to make sure that you're able to do validate its performance through analytics and also through other A/B testing techniques. So putting the right products in front, whether you're able to convert, or if you change the product, try to replace the product with another product and compare the results. So you have to do lots of performance tuning and A/B testing to bring the right solutions to the customers. Okay. And the next part is recommendation. Recommendation is key, right? Because you recommendation gives a more personalized feeling to a customer. So you're making creating sections in the website where you engage with the customer in a more personalized context. So that's where recognize product recommendations plays a major role. And the AI powered personalization can be done, so you can recommend the product based on user behaviors, past purchases, browsing history. And these AI tools comes up with an adaptive learning kind of a mechanism that refines a recommendation over time, based on the interaction that it has with other datas. And it supports dynamic user segmentations as well. Okay, to offer a personalized suggestions, you have to segment your customers with different groups of different interest. And you have to create contextual sections on the website, not just on the search window alone. On the collection pages or even on the landing pages, you need to create this contextual sections where you recommend products based on all this personalization that you know algorithms that's happening on the background. Okay, some of the examples are like seasonal recommendations, based on a certain spike for a demand, spike for a certain product, or a certain change in the market trend, or it's an holiday season. So depending upon all those things, we have to change that continuously. Okay, so display relevant product recommendations, and also update that regularly to keep it more adaptive to the market trends and changes that are happening. Okay, and like it also the product recommendations also improves your cross selling and upselling opportunities, right? So suggesting the complementary products related to the searched items. For example, like you would have seen in Amazon, you search for phone, you will be seeing a case recommendation at the bottom of the product page. So those kind of things, sorry, so those kind of things highlight the higher end alternatives with more upselling opportunities. Okay, and the next important thing is like we also see there is a lots of traction for product finder quiz for e-commerce based websites these days. Okay, so what is this product finder quiz? Product finder quiz is a technique where you can get the customer intent in a more interactive way, right? So you throw either through a pop-up or through or a section, create a dedicated section on your landing pages. So you would be engaging with the customer with more relevant questions to understand the customer intentions, right? So like they're depending upon the product lines that you have and the customer personas that you're going after, you can frame the questions. And based on the answers they provide, you can take them to a specific collection page, more personalized collection pages. Okay, so this definitely benefits two areas. One is from the customer point of view, it helps them to understand that you are guiding them on their buying process. Okay, and from the e-commerce perspective, from the site owner perspective, you will be knowing your customers better. So it's also like collecting feedback from the customers, trying to understand their persona, like what type of customer is buying what kind of products, and what is the kind of intention that is, that you are, kind of people are who are buying your products. If you have those informations, you can also improve your marketing strategies on the back end. So you can start creating more personalized marketing strategies too, and you can start targeting more specific customer persona that is buying from you. Okay, so this product finder quiz is a great tool that, from the conversion standpoint, that we have seen like the greater traction. So that is something like we would highly recommend. If you have not explored that, and if you're on the e-commerce space, try to explore that and see. There are lots of different options to do that, based on what platform that you're using. So we would highly recommend to try the product finder quiz option on the website. Okay. And gift finder, right? So gift is another area, like we can also incorporate finding the right gift into the search window. Okay, so if you're offering gifts, or like doing personalizations like loyalty programs, or customer retention programs, those kind of things. So we have to also help the customer understand what kind of benefits they would they would be getting with those programs that you're running on the website. And if you are running multiple gifts or multiple coupons or any other freebies that you're putting on your website, we have to help customer choose the right option for them. Okay, so like for example, if you're doing a occasion based, so for example, like like you should create a filter where customers can select the gift based on occasions, like birthday, anniversary, or holidays. So you can put like different gift options for different occasions. And also like you can change it based on recipient type, like if they are for men, women, for kids, you can differentiate those kind of gifting options. And like budget and price range filters, all those kind of different filters and gift ideas can be incorporated to make the customer choose the right gift for them. Okay, I'll pass here for any questions. Okay, we'll move on. Okay. So dynamic bundling. So this is a great tool again, for from the conversion standpoint, like for basically the upselling and cross-selling aspect. So suggesting the complementary products, or better the right alternatives, or bundling the with the right products the customers might be interested in, or the previous customers buying patterns. So we have to provide the customers with proper bundling options. And in some websites, if you have a product that can be repeatedly purchased on a certain interval of time, you can also do a product, like a subscription based service on your website. Okay, like for home and furniture sites, or so certain websites which are basically that applicable for the subscription based, you can create that. And these kind of things will create, it will improve your overall average revenue or order value, right? So those kind of things would definitely be recommended on the fund. And there are lots of tools that does this dynamic bundling subscriptions. You have to choose the right tool that comes with more AI powered rule recommendations these days. And also making it from the user perspective, setting up the things are much easier and seamless. Okay. And I have a question. Does product finder feature suitable for any specific total product size or industry? So yeah, I mean it depends, right? It is suitable for like at least for the major of the industries and major of the product lines. Even if you're selling like products which has less than 10 products in your store, and if you're unique on those 10 products, people will have queries. People will have difficulty in choosing the right product. Like for example, We worked with a customer who was selling like flavored drinks. There are like 10 different, 20 different flavors, and so we ran a quiz for them. Though they just have like 20 products, it's just a single product with 20 different flavors. Customers still find the quiz easier, useful for them to choose the right flavor of their choice. Okay, so we throwed questions like trying to understand the customer type, what kind of a person you are, what's your taste buds look like. So we throwed them like 3 4 questions, and they were able to make the right choice. So it doesn't depend upon like even for a B2B industry, right? The if you're a car manufacturer, I mean, not like a car, or like a certain. We also did this for a car, kind of an aftermarket part industry, kind of a website where we bundled this with options like year, make, model. Along with that, we bundled this with certain questions, so they were able to get into the right products of their choice. So it all depends upon how you frame the questions, or how you understand your customers, and then you have to put the quiz in a proper way. Great question. Thanks, Mark. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. I'll move on. The next thing is the product filters, right? Filters are a very key, right? Once they go to a category page or a collection page, how effectively you are able to narrow down the search for the customer. Okay, so now you got the customer to a certain level inside your website. See, they landed on a page. You know they are the right customers, and they you also made brought them to the a correct category page or a collection page. Now we have to narrow down it further, right? So we have to put the right filters, dynamic filters, with multi-select options or combination filtering options, right? It should not be just category specific. We have to create attribute based filters, like price ranges, discount based filtering, availability, stock statuses, trending or popular products, or you can, the traditional filters like color, size, style, specific, and brands. So the list goes on and on, depending upon like what products that you have, the attributes that you have. And you can also in Shopify and BigCommerce, you can also use tags to create, dynamic facets and collections. Like if you're planning to do a promotion on 10 products, right? So you can have a filter like for a promotional bundle, like, and if someone clicks that, holiday sale option, whatever tags that are pointing to that products or tags, you can put those collection into the filter. Okay, and that is a very key factor. So filters are very key, when it comes to narrowing down the search. So we would highly recommend putting the right filters and right and giving them multiple options. Always try to create a multi-select option for the customer, so that they just don't select one option, they just select 2 3 options to make the right choice. Okay. Also create the sorting capability based on best-selling or ranking. Even in filters in the collection section, we have to do merchandising. Like we have to do rule-based ranking, dynamic ranking, and if you wanted to promote certain products onto the top, we can create those kind of filters. I mean ranking onto the collection pages as well. So when you're choosing a tool, not just also make sure that merchandising option is available on the collection pages and the category pages as well. Okay, and so don't throw a common filter across each collections or categories. Make sure, depending upon the category or collection the customer is in, we have to change the filters and facets accordingly. Okay, yeah, a universal filter might not, or a filter will not apply for all the collections, so that will make the things more complicated. So try to dynamically change the collection filters depending upon what collections they are looking for. Okay, so obviously, like, the product pages, that's a key where, someone added to the cart and they go to the next stages. So refine your product pages according to your customer needs. So make sure your product pages, it has a proper title, it has a shorter description on the top, and the product benefits are highlighted on the above the fold area. And try to create infographical sections on the product pages for highlighting the benefits, because you need to have content for SEO, descriptions and those kind of content. Detailed descriptions and contents are definitely required, but at the same time, from the conversion standpoint, the benefits have to be highlighted through infographics, which will quickly grabs the customer attention. So try to create some infographical images highlighting the benefits, and try to separate things. If your product has a description, a specification, reviews, or any other content, like materials or documents, or what, like like any tables that you wanted to create, based on whatever product that you're selling, try to separate them in each sections, and also make sure the sections are easily navigationable. Either create a tab or create an expand collapse section. So don't clutter the product page with all the data vertically aligned one after the other. That will make the page lengthier, especially on mobile devices. It will make pages very lengthier. So make sure you separate the content and put them in separate sections, and it make sure the customers can easily navigate through that. When they wanted to read through a content, the navigation should be easier. Okay. And always try to design the mobile product pages in a in a more effective way, that is based on the number of content that you have. Streamline that mobile optimization process properly, because we have traditionally seen mobile conversions, or compared to desktop conversions, or less for any e-commerce site, especially on the product pages. The add to cart ratio will be very low. The main reason is it's the navigation wise, people have to read through in the small screens. So we have to create an intuitive design on the mobile more effectively, so that you can get that conversion going. Okay. Give more emphasis to the add to cart button. Try to make it a sticky add to cart button, especially on mobile devices. Wherever the user scrolls, make the add to cart button always available for the customer to quickly click and add it to the checkout process. And when someone adds a product to the cart, the next step should be, they should be able to view the checkout, the next step, that is the checkout, right? Either through a pop-up on the top or through a smaller menu on the right side. Don't disrupt their current browsing pattern by throwing a completely new checkout window when someone adds a cart. So but at the same time, the call to action should be visible, so try to put that in a place on the right side or on the top, expandable some sections, so that it is they will have the next action item available, so that they should have to click the checkout and do the purchasing immediately. So these are some effective changes that we highly recommend on a product finder pages. And also try to couple your product pages with proper bundling options, subscription options, your upselling, cross-selling, like the recommended products, or frequently bought together, complete the view. Also, like your the customer's previous browsed products. So try to create those sections, and make sure the review section is prompt and kept in proper places, and allow the customer to read through the reviews more easily. Okay. Separated them with different star ratings, and also, if possible, create a filter inside the reviews. Okay. So if someone is trying to search inside the review for a specific keyword, right? If he wants to know about a specific thing on a particular product, right? So if you have a filter inside the review, that will also be a greater thing that can be done. Okay. I'll pass here for questions. Right. So I'll move on. And data analytics is a key. I mean, without proper data analytics, you will not be able to, you might not know why the website is converting, why it is not converting, why your conversion is going suddenly, spiking out on a certain seasons or certain time period, and suddenly it's going down. So you cannot, it's if you just run the website through assumption, it's not going to work out. So make sure you set up all the tracking properly. Google Analytics, after they moved from Universal Analytics to GA4, many of the customers are struggling to use GA4 properly configured. It has made more complex. Definitely, Google has made it more complex than the previous version, but still it's not the end. It still add the capability. They have converted from session tracking to event tracking, so we can now have the opportunity to create more custom event and start tracking it more effectively. We are also planning to conduct a separate section on Google Analytics for kind of configuration for conversion tracking. We'll just to shortly do that. But so make sure, if like tools like Eat Maps or any other tools, the tracking tools that you're using, like every aspect of your data is properly tracked, configured, and so that you can infer a valid data from that, and so that you can make a more informed decision on the next stages of improving your conversions on the website. Mm. So those are the key features that we would like to watch out for when like when you're choosing the product finder tools. These are some tips and tricks, like other fixes that we wanted to do, like crawler and core web vitals optimization. So make sure the website is loading faster in both mobile and desktop, especially in mobile. There is a completely a different kind of the Google, the way the page loads in mobile is completely different from the way it loads in desktop, and also the way the Google measures the core web vitals is completely different when it comes to mobile versus desktop. So make sure the Google crawlers or your website is optimized so that Google crawlers I mean, analyzes the necessary resources and gives you a better score. And also make sure the website is loads, the speed index of the website is less than 5 seconds or 4 seconds for both mobile and desktop. And because this is very critical, not just from the performance standpoint or from the conversion standpoint, users will have better experience and your SEO ranking will also improve. Okay, so try to make sure whatever tool that you're choosing for your product discovery process, for any other processor, it should not impact your web vitals or your performance of the website. Okay, so try to make sure the tools that we are choosing are fully helping the improving the performance of the site, and also make it more mobile friendly. That is the key for any e-commerce site. Like with all, try to adopt to these AI tools as much as possible, because like the from the recommendation perspective or from the filtering perspective or any other aspects, AI is something that every aspect people are adopting to it. So try to see if your website can be added with some AI capabilities, so that you can better serve your customers. Okay, so now we have come to the section where we wanted to show you some top filtering options that we have. Obviously, like ConversionBox, like we have been doing like conversion improvements for the past 10 years. Like we have been doing lots of audits, we have done lots of customer improvements, conversion improvements for our customers, and this tool was completely built on the feedbacks that we have collected from our experience and from our customer data. Okay, so this is completely catered, like where we felt the need, because that is where like people are losing lots of valid customers from converting them. So we have incorporated all the feedbacks into it, from when it comes to search, predictive search, or merchandising or recommendations, or even data analytics perspective. So product finder quiz, wherever possible, we have adopted to this. So so this is something you can definitely give it a try. And there are also other tools like Algolia, which is again a search and product discovery tool, which also has added some AI capabilities from the product recommendation perspective. So this is also a tool that definitely which comes with all the features, most of the features that we discussed today, with some AI capabilities as well. And Search and Eyes is a simple tool if you're looking for a simple search and eyes just for the product search and filter alone. Search and Eyes might help, but Search and Eyes would not be a right tool if you're looking for more exhausted features like merchandising, recommendations, more effective indexing, or search query suggestions or auto suggestions. Search and Eyes might not be the right tool. But like if you're just looking for a predictive search with some less than 10 products, that Search and Ice might be a right option for you. And Fast Simon is another enterprise level kind of a search engine. Again, this comes with all the capabilities that we discussed about, but it's priced slightly high depending upon because it is more enterprise level kind of a store which have multi-store capabilities, like talks to the inventory side of things and all those kind of things. So you can also give it a try on Fast Simon as well. Okay, I'll pass on here for any questions. Great. So that brings us to the conclusion of this webinar today. And so I think we have covered most of this, things that like on the product discovery process, like how you can make your, web adopting to all these changes. You can definitely, convert your website into a, winning e-commerce website. You can improve the search relevance, create more personalized impact on like for the customers that come to your website. So we also do offer a free CRO audit. Like if someone, if the people who attended here, if they've already done the audit, that's fine. But if you're willing to go for a free audit, well, our team can do a complete thorough audit of the from the conversion standpoint. Starting from the product discovery to your cart abandonment checkout process, we can do a thorough audit of your website, looking into your analytics and give you all more data driven audit report for the things that you need to improve or want to do on your website to boost your conversions. So you can claim that free audit. We will be sending the links for the after following up this webinar, so you can claim those options. And we also offer a 14-day trial for ConversionBox. So for a free trial and also a demo based on your website, we can create a more personalized demo and show on your website. So so that is also available. We can send the coupon codes or the links for that after this webinar. Okay. Questions? So I have a question from Mark. Do you have any data and ROI for these tools? Yeah, there are, as I said earlier, right? So adopting to the proper product discovery tools, we have traditionally seen like 20 to 40% improvement on the conversion happened on the websites and also on the average order values. But again, it depends upon your website, what kind of strategies that you wanted to do and what kind of tools that you incorporate. But the traditionally with the works that we have done and also from the data that we have seen from on the market, so you can improve conversions by 20 to 40% if you do a proper improving the right tools, adding the right tools, and having an effective product discovery process enabled on your website. Thank you. Yeah, welcome. Any other questions? Sounds good. Thanks everyone for joining the webinar today. As I said, we will be sending over the material along with the recording of this webinar to all the attendees, and also we'll be sending you the links for the CRO audit and the free CRO audit and the as well as the 14-day trial period on ConversionBox.